Hi guys, this is a support video for the Elite Sports Coaching Assignment 2 project, and only for Section 1 Introduction. Just to re-emphasize, I'm looking for a 500-word introduction at this stage. Early information should include an outline of your case study. So the sport, there has to be Commonwealth sport. It could be Category A sports or Category B sports. For clarification of which sports fit, then visit the Commonwealth Foundation website and the Glasgow 2014 website for good examples of the sports that certainly fit into Category A, and check with the Commonwealth Games Federation website for Category B. Specifically, I will also be looking for the gender of your participant and the specific age. I've given you a broad age of 8 to 12 as the rationale for the assignment is that Wales may well be bidding for the Commonwealth Games 2026. Athletes who normally would reach their peak at that time are likely to be in the age bracket of 8 to 12 at the moment, and we're going to design a clear annual program and pick out from that annual program a clear set of linked session plans. I'm happy that you look within that broad age range of 8 to 12 and specifically highlight 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds specifically, or a range, i.e. 10 to 12-year-olds. When highlighting this, I would not like you to use first person. I would like you to use appropriate language. So I am not looking for my project will, I will. I am looking for this case study will outline a annualized program for 8 to 9-year-olds in the sport of swimming. That clearly states what your case study is looking for in a very succinct sentence. Therefore, the remaining, or the bulk of the 500 words will be outlining the broad planning assumptions for this case study. And this is where you need to access clear academic literature in support of the broad planning assumptions for your particular sport and your particular participant, age group and gender. As an assumption, what we're looking at here is the long-term athlete development model, and I'd like you to use this as a framework and clearly state which sections your case study will be linking to. The fundamentals, learn to train and train to train are the only 3 sections that this rationale will be linked to, and I'm looking for you then to clearly identify where you feel that you're going to put your focus on in this introduction. So as a summary, and these are some of the key areas that we will cover in class before submission: the fundamental stage, highlighting the sort of broad age groups and gender, and it's these fundamental planning assumptions that I want you to start identifying in your introduction as key influencing factors for the design of your analysed program and your session plans. I do not want a shopping list as is presented here. I want it clearly identified what issues with academic references in support of your claims or arguments, and that has to be linked together in the overall broad introduction. Make sure you get the correct information for the correct stage. So being clear about that initial sentence of your case study, the sport, the age group and the gender, because clearly there will be variations in the long-term athlete development literature. This can also be seen here, moving up to learning to train stage, where we have difference in some of the planning assumptions you may need to think about. Some of which may be very different, some of which may be similar to the age group below. That's where you need to consider the broad age range. Are you going to be targeted so you fit neatly into a stage, or are you going to look at an age group that crosses between two stages, or maybe three? This information will be available via lecture slides and in a file on Moodle named Assignment 2 in the assignment section. Here you will find several articles and industry guides outlining long-term athlete development. These will be primarily from North America, Canada, and examples from the UK of how long-term athlete development is applied to sports. Please continue to research, as there are long-term athlete development guides available for a number of different sports via governing bodies and Sports Coach UK, and these will be a good guide for you when considering your target sport and the planning assumptions that you can apply later on in the assignment. I'm not looking for more than 500 words in this section. I am looking for a reference list to be presented in this submission, and I am expecting a number of consistent references working throughout. Please do not copy and paste out of these documents. Paraphrase where possible, i.e. summarise the big sections that you may wish to use rather than using it word for word.